Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Acer at IFA Berlin. Please welcome to the stage Acer CEO Jason Chen.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our event. To start with, show me some hands. How many people here are local European? Raise your hand. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How many people here are actually from Asia, Asia Pacific? Ooh, long flight. Thank you. And people from United States, from Pan America. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. And more specifically, how many people are actually first time to Acer Global Press Conference? Raise your hand. Wow, we have some. Good, welcome. And for people been to Acer Press Conference in the past multiple times, I want to say thank you and welcome back. And for the first time people attending our event, welcome to be part of our great momentum. Acer has been committed as our mission to break the barrier between technology and people. And we are very proud. In the past 12 months, we come up with a whole series of products that is first to market. And that make you important, make you, your trip, your time worthwhile to watch an event like this, a new technology that we bring to the world. And the theme for today's event is to minimize the user's effort and maximize the value and the experience. At the same time, we can say we will maximize the benefit by minimize all the effort related. To start with, I would like to talk about StarVr. StarVr is the highest end virtual reality gear in the world. Over years, it's come out with its unique feature, a very broad view angle that will basically provide you, we call it a cinematic experience to provide you almost real, virtual reality experience. And not long ago, only a couple of weeks ago, in Vancouver, in one of the events called SIG Graph, we announced StarVr 1. Let's look at the video. And to better introduce the product, I would like to invite Emmanuel Marcus, the CTO of StarVr, to join me on the stage.
Hello, Jason.
Hi, Emmanuel. You were in SIGGRAPH. Tell
Correct.
people about the event and how does it work for StarVr there.
So we presented StarVr 1 at SIGGRAPH 2 weeks ago, and the good news is that we literally stand out the show.
We stand out there.
We stand out the show, we get the things to talk about at SIGGRAPH, which is not easy, believe me. It's a real pixel nerd show. So why is that? Because StarVr 1 is actually, we confirm it's the best VR headset you could find today.
StarVr has been famous for this unique view angle, the wide view angle,
Correct.
and now this time we actually enlarge the horizontal as well.
Correct.
Near to the natural human view angle.
This is correct. We not only keep the 210 degrees of the StarVr headset, but we also increase its vertical field of view to 130. And that gives you a really natural immersion, very close to reality and what human is capable to see.
And on top of that, we also improve on the resolution.
Yes, we did actually match the screen with an AMOLED screen, which is full RGB and gives you the full pixel density you need where you look at.
So that people will have, we call it crystal clear.
It's crystal clear image. You could take decision in our headset. You could take $billion decision, actually.
And on top of that, there are some other features please introduce to people.
Correct. So not only we added that, but we also provided eye tracking in our systems.
Why eye tracking?
Because eye tracking is very key for large field of view because we auto IPD you, so we give you a custom experience for heavy users automatically. We also use eye tracking to do what we call foveat rendering. Foveat rendering is a technique actually that follow your gaze and push the maximum density of pixel where you need it.
So people can see it even more clear, more real
Even more
when they
clear,
look at
even
it.
more details, every more close to reality.
But actually in behind, the technology will reduce the data frames that will have to communicate inside and outside of the goggle.
Yeah, we actually optimize the bandwidth for you.
That's wonderful. What else?
Of course, eye tracking is also good for analytics, which is key for enterprise. We also made the headset very light, very comfortable. We do
What's the weight now?
It's 450 grams,
Wow,
which is
that's-
very competitive in the market. We are actually one of the lighter.
That's
cable
one of the
headsets.
lightest but most powerful headset.
Yeah. And very much comfort also design on a way.
Oh, the mechanical design in the back, how
It's actually
to fit into
patented.
the head.
Yes, it's very important.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And business-wise, we are also changing the strategy, actually expanding the strategy from originally we do a lot of location-based entertainment.
Yeah.
Now getting into
To enterprise business. So basically, we are still support the LBE business and continuing, but we are also extending to enterprise by providing support for the ecosystem for enterprise.
so that the enterprise will be able to get the developer kit to develop the content that is suitable for their enterprise use.
This is correct. They will have a really plug-and-play friendly access to StarVR.
And today we actually have two parts on the show floor. So
Yes.
later on, we would like to invite all the audience today to experience
Yes.
the new StarVR 1.
Yes.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. By doing so, we actually maximize the vision and we minimize the boundaries so that StarVR will provide you the best possible VR experience. Meanwhile, Acer MR, another virtual reality gear that we are working on, is making lots of progress in multiple applications. And today, we'd like to introduce you the next generation of Acer MR. Let's look at it. The OHO 500, it's one of the kind of special design of the product. The product will have its own wonderful feature. You want to talk about it,
Sure thing,
Eric?
Jason. It's good to be here with you.
Yep.
So the OHO 500 is a truly innovative product. First of all, it has an adjustable IPD optics. So for each individual user, it measures the distance between the pupils, and it makes a very clear image
So
for
that
user.
it fits different people.
Yeah, because each person is a little bit different. It's going to customize the experience for that individual user. Enhancing the overall experience is the patented integrated audio system. And it features a sound pipe that brings sound to the user's
So
ear.
it's all in one.
All in one. The headset fits on. There's no external headset that needs to be put on. It's not clunky. At the same time, it also allows the user to hear the environment that they're in. And this is great for
So surrounding audio system.
so they're immersed in the game or the experience in the mixed reality, but they're also hearing the environment around them. This is great for a curated experience like a library or a virtual reality museum, something like that. So somebody can talk to them through what's going on.
But there's one very unique feature that this generation of MR we provide is modularized.
So this is another of the Acer world's first. This is a swappable design, allowing the optics to be put onto the headset. There are a couple of headsets, one that's firm, one that's soft. Now, why would you want that?
We actually put a lot of effort to make it modularized. Explain to people why this modularization is important.
Well, it's important in a setting where you have lots of users coming through. A library example, the museum, something like that. It's hygienic. And when you pair that with the adjustable optics, it's a very custom experience. Virtual reality sports is another example. If you go to a fitness center and you're playing a virtual reality sports game, you can swap the optics in the headset for each user, so it's a little clean that way. By the way, we have an example of that for everybody to try here today.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Eric. For that OHO 500, we minimize the complexity so that the user don't have to worry about it, and we maximize the immersion experience that people will be really excited about that. Now come into our mainstream, our core business, for our PC business. To start with, I would like to introduce Aspire Z24. Let's see it. Z24 is our all-in-one machine. It comes with a very unique design.
Jason, I think the video clearly showed with the images, this is a very beautiful system. First notice on the image, the very thin bezel. It's borderless.
Basically, it's a borderless. We pretty much push the limit to almost like a smartphone kind of design.
Oh, yeah.
Borderless.
Edge-to-edge glass, it's absolutely stunning. And if you remember, in the past, here at IFA, we've introduced all-in-one with our patented liquid loop cooling system.
So it's quiet.
Absolutely silent. We thought with the all-in-one as the center of your digital home, we didn't want it to distract. But today, we're doing something a little different. With the Z24, we actually want to make some noise.
Well, what do you mean by that? Make some noise.
Well, we want the user to talk with and interact with their system. So we have 4 microphones.
So you will be able to interact and communicate.
You'll be able to use voice commands to talk to your system from far away because it has far-field communication.
Far-field communication so that people will be able to call up the system from far and noisy environment.
That's right. So the 4 microphones will kind of beamform on the user and pick up their voice. So you have 4 microphones and 2 voice services. You can speak and enable Cortana and Alexa.
So Cortana, Alexa, built-in.
That's right. And what would you use that for? Well, let's say you're busy in the kitchen and you want to know what your calendar is.
And when
Simply
my
ask.
hands are all full,
Yeah, you're cooking with flour and dough and all that. Your hands are messy. You don't want to touch the screen because it's beautiful. You can use your voice and interact with the system.
and make it work
Absolutely.
beautifully. And for that, we will say Z24. Again, we minimize the effort for users and maximize the convenience. And next product we'd like to introduce is our mainstream daily use notebook computer, Aspire 7. Aspire 7 has its refined version today.
So Jason, as we've talked about, we've had a long devotion at driving thin and light devices. We've been pushing the boundaries and we're doing it again. With this product, we wanted to focus on designing an optimized solution for its class to take care of people that are creating, that want powerful, portable, and stylish systems. And I think with the Aspire 7, we've delivered.
How did we do that?
Well, first of all, we packed it with a lot of power. So it has the latest quad-core 8th generation Intel Core processors. Now, we paired that with a custom AMD Radeon Vega M GL graphics. So it's extremely powerful, but very efficient. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. It doesn't need a lot of cooling. It allows the device to be thin and light.
So it's a high-end CPU discrete graphic with our spatially strong cooling system, make it thin and light, and also tough.
Absolutely, and materials played a part of that to help keep it light. So we're using a lightweight metal body, and we've reduced the weight from the previous generation by 25%.
So we will be able to reduce the weight by 25% and also have high resolution of the display.
Well, all of that power for a creator needs to go somewhere. They need to see it, and that's where the 4K display comes in. This is a beautiful display that they're going to be able to check their work and work on it. It also, if you notice, has very thin bezels.
That make it very, very beautiful and also save the space of the computer.
Less materials, so we save space, save weight. It's slimmer, it's lighter, it's more powerful, it's stylish. It's the new Aspire 7.
Thank you, Eric, for this product. We're actually very proud to say for Aspire 7, we maximize the inspiration possible. The next product line we'd like to talk about is what really focus and we push the limit in the thin and light environment. In the past, we have introduced the lightest computer. We have introduced the thinnest computer. So what's for today? In fact, what we have done in the past few months, actually few years, we've been refining the materials and strengthen our structure so that our product will be able to be lighter, thinner, and tougher. To start with, let's look at the new version of Swift 5. In fact, Swift 5 has been keeping the position of the lightest 14-inch computer in the world. It's less than 1 kg. And this new version of Swift 5 product, Mr. Eckerson, let's look at it. We are able to keep the weight and make it 15-inch.
So Jason, this is a really fun product, and we're continuing with our story about thin and light, and this is an excellent example. This, right here, the new Swift 5, is the world's lightest 15-inch laptop.
Oh my gosh, this is light.
I mean, the first time I grabbed a sample, I thought it had to be just a shell. It was so light. Now, you might wonder, how do we do this?
It's the material and the structure. We just talked about that, right?
Absolutely. So we use science. We use material science to make sure that we can make this as light as possible. First, the materials. We're using magnesium, lithium on the back cover and the bottom. Around the keyboard, we're using magnesium and aluminum. Now, when you combine these materials together, they're both very light, but also very strong. So it's a sturdy device. It adds to the strength and rigidity of the system.
We actually pay attention to make it particularly light and tough.
And part of that process is something called micro-arc oxidation. Essentially, the material is zapped. It's a very technical term, with a lot of electricity, and it creates a sort of ceramic finish. So it feels good. It's light. It's sturdy.
The touch actually feels very, very good.
Absolutely. And overall, it adds to the strength and the rigidity of the system.
And by doing so, some of the numbers I would like to share with all the audience today, we are able to reduce up to 35%.
So the weight is 35%, but we've increased the strength and the durability by 4 times.
The toughness
Absolutely.
by 4x.
So it's absolutely a perfect product for somebody on the go because it's crazy light.
Crazy delight.
And it's durable.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Eric. For Swift 5, I would like to conclude it with we actually minimize the weight. It's lightest 14-inch, and guess what? The lightest 15-inch continue to belong to Acer. And we maximize the mobility for people need to travel frequently, like myself. And next, I would like to introduce our guest speaker to join me on the stage, Mr. Steve Long from Intel. Steve, how are you doing?
Jason, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm doing well.
I understand you just come back for a sabbatical. Your first job after this?
Yeah, sabbatical. Those who live in Europe, they get sabbaticals every year. They get these long vacation periods. And
okay, that's
Intel,
enough about
enough
sabbatical.
about
We're going to talk about
great.
business, okay?
I'm here to talk about 50 years of Intel and 40-plus years of collaboration with Acer. And the theme of what you're talking about, Jason, fits right into the excitement that we see and the opportunity we see to continue, right? We're minimizing hindrances and maximizing reasons for people to come in and purchase new systems and deliver the ump that we've got out
I'm totally with you. What I learned over years in Intel is the usage model and the excitements that stimulate the demands. Every time the reporter asks me, say, how do you look at the forecast in the future? I say, well, it depends on how we do it, right? It's a new usage model. It's the excitement, whether we can get it right.
That's exactly right. Our job is to continue to bring innovation into the market. It's a multi-device world. 450 million PCs that are out there are over 5 years old. That is a massive opportunity that we see together to continue minimizing hindrances, maximizing reasons for people to come in. People want meaning and purpose with what they do in their lives. They want to contribute. They want to maximize their contributions into the world. The only way, and we believe jointly that the best opportunity to do that is going to be on the PC. Whether you're a commercial user and you're doing it in productivity and enterprise, whether you're a gaming and your contribution is about winning in your game, or whether you're a creator, or whether you're just a casual user, the opportunity is massive, Jason.
And our commitment is to bring your newest technology into the market faster than anybody else.
And that's exactly what you guys are doing. The products that you just saw and some that you're going to continue to see in this presentation are based on what we're announcing here at IFA, which is an update to the 8th gen processors, our U and Y processors, which are in your systems. Let me just kind of paraphrase a couple of things that should stand out to you on what capabilities these bring. Compared to those 450 million 5-year-old PCs, 2x performance gain. So if you buy a new system, it's twice as good. as the
The
5-year-old.
performance is actually improved.
Performance is always going to be there.
significantly.
Significant in performance gain. Over 6 times improvements in video editing versus those 5-year-old PCs out there. What would take 7 minutes for you to 7 minutes for you to render a HD HD video takes you less than a minute now. The best, though, one that I think is going to make a big difference is actually gigabit Wi-Fi integrated. 12x. I lost sound. 12x gigabit faster speeds versus a 5-year PC. And all of that, Jason, was something that you guys have characterized on. We're not compromising on battery life. 16 plus hours, you guys are getting a lot more than that in some of your systems, and we're very, very excited about what that's going to do and give reason for people to come in and buy more.
Exactly that. What we learned over years is thermal performance that equally important. Unfortunately, they trade off. This time, the S generation will be able to do both well.
We're very, very excited about what we have today. We're very excited about our collaboration, and most excited about that PC being the device where people are going to be able to drive their biggest contribution in the world. More from us there, more from us together as we minimize and maximize the potential.
And the commitment is we'll work harder and run faster and go further. All right,
Always, my friend.
my friend. Thank you very much, Steve. To be able to do so, talking about thin and light, Swift 5 hold the position of the lightest computer in the world and the thinnest computer in the world, Swift 7. We continue to hold the position of the thinnest computer in the world for 2 generations already. Actually, I wonder how there's no other competitor challenge that. And this time, what we're going to introduce you will be less than 1 cm and less than 1 kg. Swift 7 product. Swift 7 product comes with a special design so that you will be able to do what is possible. Let me invite Eric to be back on the stage.
So, Jason, the Swift 7 is quite possibly the most exciting product we have here today so far. I'm holding the last generation product here. Jason, you've got the new one.
This is already a beautiful, amazing product. And this is a new product. Why don't you open it up?
So you've got the latest and greatest. It's the thinnest in the world.
And in terms of the display, they're actually identical. They're both 14-inch.
And look how much smaller this is.
And when we close it up,
Let's
why don't you compare it?
So I'll hold it here for everybody to see. Look at the space around. It's the exact same size. And it takes effort. It takes effort to reduce this. And
15% smaller.
Or 15% smaller. I'll give you the old one because I'm keeping the new one. So let's take a look at this. Obviously, we've done some things to shrink this and reduce weight. The materials was one part of it. We're using magnesium, lithium, and magnesium aluminum like we did on the Swift 5. But bezels. We focused on minimizing the bezels on this product. Everybody starts with the edges, and we've done that here. But we've also focused on the top and the bottom. Let's see if the image can show up there so you can see. So the top and bottom bezels are a part of that as well. So we can really shrink this down. The result is, by the way, 92% screen to body ratio.
That is probably the highest possible in the world at this moment.
It's as much screen as you can fit, especially into such a small product. So simply stated, the Swift 7 is the world's thinnest laptop. And it's the result of incredible engineering and design.
That's wonderful. I think it's challenging the engineers to the limit and to the limit and to the limit.
We keep going.
Everything is possible, and we keep going. For that, I would like to conclude Swift 7. We actually maximize the freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much what we have for our commercial, consumer, the conventional PC. And now it's a moment for gaming! Clark Harden. How are you doing,
I'm
Clark?
great, Jason. Thanks for having
Enjoying
me
your
back on
games?
stage again. Yeah, it's good to see you.
In fact, Acer Gaming, in a humble way, we are actually making our momentum. We are winning. We are building momentums. Now, at this moment, around the world, within 30-something countries, we're actually leading. We are leading. At the same time, we believe there's still a room for us to grow. Today, we're going to talk more about that.
Yep, we've got some really exciting things to show you today, but one of the ones we want to talk about first is our Orion line of desktop, the Orion family.
The Orion family, the three brothers.
Exactly.
Or
It's
sisters, yeah.
incredibly powerful systems on their own, but we thought it was time to add some additional firepower to them. And the way we're going to do this is, as you know, at Gamescom, not recently, NVIDIA launched their RTX GPUs.
Or the new graphic.
That's right. So we will be dropping new RTX GPUs inside each of our Orion desktops to kind of up their game just that much more.
So better firepower, right?
Exactly.
The
Better
main
frames,
use.
better games. Now, in addition to that, we've got something less performance-related and more about just kind of a fun factor that's in
The
there.
experience, the experience.
Oh, the experience and the RGB. So we will be including some RGB, greater control over RGB with our new Orion desktops through our Predator Pulse software.
So you will be able to do the pause. the
Exactly.
pulse.
Like with this, if you have light bars and the RGB fans, you can sync them together with various lighting patterns with Predator Pulse, which will be embedded within Predator Sense, our other utility app as well.
So make the system feeling like life, right?
Oh, exactly. And if you have an Orion 9000, you can take that even a little bit further, which has addressable RGB.
Wait. 9000 have a special feature and RGB beyond just pause.
Yeah.
Explain to people more.
Sure,
about
addressable
use.
RGB. The 4 light bars on the front of the Orion 9000, you can really change the lighting and the intensity on those to either be synced together or show up separately. And you can take this a step further with one of the lighting patterns, which is actually music mode.
So wait, so it's programmable. You go with your game and your music, right?
With the music, yep, you upload a file, and say if you're kind of a light and audio engineer, you can sync the various sounds and rhythms and beats to whatever light you want to
And
sync
you know
it
what?
to.
Who say music is not one of the games?
Yeah, it's definitely a part of the game. And now with Predator Pulse and the RGB, you can take it that extra notch up.
And talking about Orion, we cannot ignore one of the unique features about EMI.
Yeah. With our 9000, our 5000, these have EMI certification. And this was important for us because most cases don't ship with internal components, but we do ship all of our machines with the components already inside, meaning they have to have EMI certification. Now, doing this with our see-through side panel, we are able to shield users from potential radiation, as well as shielding the machine from any interference that might come from outside as well.
Exactly. We do understand all the desktop gamers. They love to have a see-through chassis.
Oh, that's beautiful, especially with this new RGB function. Perfect.
That's what people are looking for. However, it's a challenge to have a see-through chassis and the EMI at the same time. And ladies and gentlemen, we already invented and we patent the see-through chassis with EMI protection, protecting the component inside and protecting the gamers.
Now with RTX GPUs and a bit of RGB.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And the next what we'd like to talk about is what we actually talked last time at a small teasing in New York. Predator X. Let's look at it. understand there are many gaming systems in the world. It comes with multiple graphics. But Clark, this is the only gaming system in the world come with multiple CPU.
You're exactly right. This is our dual Xeon powerhouse. And I think last time we left off, we kind of left a question in some people's minds. Who is this for and what can it do? And flat out, this is a machine for creators, developers, and enthusiasts, but with more of an arsenal for gaming as well.
You get multiple purpose, multitasking.
Exactly. This is a multitasking powerhouse that is designed to allow users to really put together as many tasks that they might have, whether it's rendering, game development, or any other activities they might do it simultaneously, such as streaming and recording as well.
So
Because
people will be able to do in the background, in the front line, and then changing the screen at the same time.
they'll be able to do all this simultaneously with almost no impact on performance.
Multitasking
Yeah,
is the key word.
multitasking is exactly what this is catered to, designed to do. with the
Gamers,
Predator X.
creators.
Gamers, creators, enthusiasts, this is the perfect machine that's in mind for them. Because you will be doing all these things these days. There's just too many activities that gamers need to multitask with. Now you don't need a second machine. You can do it all from one place with the Predator X.
All in once. And you know what? I more and more realize that everybody, anytime, is doing multitasking. And this is the perfect machine will be able to enable people to do so.
And now they can go to extremes because, well, the Predator X was designed to do so.
That's wonderful. To summarize Predator X, it's a machine that will be able to maximize the creation so that people can really enjoy and maximize the experience of multitasking. Talking about gaming, when I travel around the world, I almost get asked every single time, all the PC companies are doing gaming PC. So what's unique about Acer? And the answer to that is thermal. Acer devotes a lot into the thermal solution. And for the first timer coming to our event, allow me to spend 30 seconds to talk about why we do so. I come from semiconductor background. I understand very well thermal performance trade-off. And therefore, when I come from the semiconductor, come to the other side of the table, the system company, I look at it and say, well, if every system company is using the same component, same CPU, same graphic, with a different brand, and we call it different, come on, there must be something else that we can add value on top of that. And very quickly, we identify it's thermal. Until today, we already filed 297 patents on the thermal technology. And today, we'd like to introduce to you the next generation thermal technology that we are developing.
That's right. Each iteration that we have of our AeroBlade fan, we take it a step further. We innovate a step further. And we've done that again with our latest AeroBlade technology, which actually took inspiration from owls.
From the hour.
Exactly.
Let's see how it works.
The latest generation of the AeroBlade 3D fan has evolved. Inspired by Silent Owl flight mechanics, we've managed to increase airflow while minimizing noise. Through a bionic approach, we mimic the uniquely designed wingtips of owls, making the fan's edge serrated to reduce noise caused by turbulence. To reduce turbulence even further, while strengthening the fan's structure, winglets were added to the top and bottom of the fan tips. The success of the new AeroBlade 3D fan was confirmed with a 10% increase in airflow over the previous generation, all while spinning at more silent speeds.
Clark,
Yes.
the fourth generation metal fan. Explain to people about it.
Sure. This is a fourth-generation AeroBlade 3D fan. As we mentioned, it took its inspiration from owls, and they're known as silent hunters because they're incredibly quiet when they flap their wings.
Okay. So the fan is quiet.
Oh, it's incredibly quiet because the owls have a serrated tip on their wingtip, and we've done the same thing with our fan. It has a serrated tip at the edge to allow air to pass through
Also,
more
the
easily.
feather and the wind.
Exactly. The air can pass through more easily, and it also adds more stability and reduces turbulence of the fan as well.
So we'll be able to provide quiet solution and even more air.
Quieter fan, more stable, more airflow between each blade.
And in fact, over time, in every generation, we're able to improve generation by generation our metal fan.
Exactly. Each generation, we've improved it a step further.
And at the same time, if we use time as horizontal axis, you will be able to see the conventional plastic fan that everybody is using versus the thermal solution that Acer is using. The gap for the performance and the thermal actually enlarged. So simple to say, Acer gaming PC that use our AeroBlade thermal solution will easily beat our competition between 20 to 30% thermal. And you know, thermal performance trade-off. That's what gamers really care. And we are very proud that we'll continue to do this and we'll continue to push forward.
Yep, better thermals, better performance, better frames, better games. And so you can see each year we've increased, we've innovated, and I'm excited to see what we'll do next too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the gamers really care. And for that, we actually implement a new generation fan into a new system, introducing the next generation Predator machine. Predator Triton 900.
Oh, it's a beautiful machine. This is the Predator Triton 900. As we just mentioned, it does have dual AeroBlade 3D fans inside it, the 4th generation. And what you might immediately notice is it has a rather unique form factor.
Very unique form factor. I'm sure when people bring this to a gamer gathering, this is going to stand out.
Oh, it'll definitely be the star. And the reason is because, of course, the display is the main actor. This is a 4K Ultra HD with G-Sync display with touchscreen functionality.
You can do touchscreen as well.
It does have touchscreen functionality. And what makes this possible, of course, is this beautiful hinge here on the side.
You know what? When I touch it, I feel it. You feel power.
Incredibly firm, yeah. And this is a CNC machined hinge, which went through an incredible industrial process to cut it to exact specifications. And the question might be, why this unique form factor? And for me, of course, the easiest reason is you can bring it closer for an immediate experience. If you want to bring the screen this much closer for something different, you
More
can
immersive?
do that. Oh, more immersive. The game can be right in front of you, right in your face. Or if you want to, share information at work, like you mentioned, you can easily do that. And that's not the only mode, of course. You can go with any mode you prefer. The mode I actually would prefer is to go here in this display mode. Like this.
So people can see from the other side, like a TV mode.
It's a beautiful way to go with the display.
And you can also run like a regular notebook.
You could go back into standard laptop mode. I'm expecting a lot of people are going to play with the other versions of which directions they can go. But it's a beautiful machine all on its own with its touchscreen as well as the different modes. So if you do go into display, you could, say if you have a carry a gamepad, you could easily have a TV-like or a console-like experience in display mode or in laptop mode. And that's not the only difference.
Wow, what else?
We also have this mechanical keyboard right here in the front with full RGB.
A very humble mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
This not very thick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's still a fairly thin machine. And a numpad and a switchable trackpad we've included on this one as well.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And don't forget, it comes with the fourth generation of fan solution.
Oh, cooling, this thing will definitely keep things cool while gaming at high temps. Yep.
Make sure that people will continue to push the limit on the performance.
Yep, this will completely change your perspective on gaming laptops, both literally and, well, figuratively.
That's wonderful. So for that, we will conclude the Triton 900 to maximize the user's experience, unique form factor in any gamers get-together. So that's pretty much about what we talk about on the gaming PC. And all the thermal and all the innovation on our effort. But today, we'd like to touch a little bit further. As a gamer, what's deep in your heart?
Well, it's kind of referencing what we've taken to call in the game cave concept, which is sort of the den or the safe haven or your fortress of solitude. It's kind of built up over time. As gamers purchase different components, whether it be the monitor, the device, the keyboard, the screens, the table, so on, as you build it up and up, there's always a final component that comes into play.
Well, it's a good explanation, but seeing is believing. Let's look at the video, what do we mean by that? I hope now you have a little bit better idea than what we talk about deep in gamers' heart.
Yeah, the question isn't so much what is the Thronos, but what it represents. And basically, it takes all those devices and perfectly integrates them into a totally immersive experience.
So we are talking about the system integration effort for gaming.
Exactly. No longer you don't have to utilize a table or any of those other things on the outside. Pull them into one place, and it will completely warp your reality, warp your experience when you're gaming. Everything's up close and personal, and the machine itself allows you to pivot the control arm. The chair has deep vibration function and other features as well.
So it comes with the machine, the display, the chair, and the system integration to put them together, and very important, a haptic feedback chair that goes with your games, your music, make you feel like you have your own cave.
The most important thing is that when you're there, when you're present, your experience is completely changed from what would be a typical experience without this kind of the Predator Thronos.
And you know what? From yesterday, we were building it up. I need to apologize. The system is a little bit clunky. We won't be able to put it on the stage. But we do have that in the show floor. So do go there, sit on it, try it, feel it, and I can tell you, you don't want to get out of it.
Yeah, it is very comfortable as well.
That's pretty much what we believe is really deep in the heart. And we are able to minimize the breach and then maximize the command that people will really feel the enjoyment, maximize the enjoyment of the gaming. And for that, I want to say thank you to Clark.
You're welcome.
Thank you all the audience for your time and attention to attend our event today. That's all we have today. But before you walk out, please see the movie trailer. Predator.
Did you see anything unusual? Like an alien, you mean?
I think they're attempting hybridization. They're upgrading on every planet they visit.